My name is Heather, and this class is a chair yoga class, just to sort of release and open up your back. We'll be doing stuff for parts of our body that might be causing soreness of our back. So maybe soreness in your hips that's making your back sore, or even your upper back, like shoulder area. So let's get started. When you're doing chair yoga, you want to sit at the edge of your chair, not at the back of your chair, so that you are supporting your own spine and sitting up tall. Look at your feet, line your ankles up underneath your knees, and close your eyes. And start to deepen your breath. And just noticing how you're breathing. Taking a moment here to check in with the energy that you have to give for yoga today. And I invite you to honor that. If it becomes too much, just turn it off, be done, or take a break, come back to it. Don't feel like you have to do all of it. Starting to settle in now, a little more into your breath, a little more into your body. Really feel yourself sitting on the chair. Feel your feet underneath you on the floor. Notice if your upper body is leaning forward a bit. See if you can line your shoulders up directly over your hips. And then from here, grow your spine long toward the ceiling. Continue taking your deep breaths. Go ahead and open your eyes. Okay. So let's just start out with a little exercise for our feet. I'm going to take your right foot out in front of you. And then come onto the heel of your foot and flex your right toes toward your shin and then point your foot. So don't do this too hard. Like, don't do it as much as you possibly can. Don't point as much as you can or pull back as hard as you can, just to keep your calf from cramping. Usually you get a calf cramp when you point your toe. You can't really get a calf cramp when you pull your toe back because your calves are actually lengthening, they're stretching in that position. So just be a little bit careful as you do this. And keep maintaining that tall spine. Try not to lean forward or backward. If you feel like you need a little bit more stability, hold on to the sides of your chair. Okay, and let's switch feet. Take your left leg out in front of you. So you straighten your left leg, and then you're just gonna point your toe and pull it back. And don't, like I said, just don't go too hard. That way you don't get a cramp. And if you do get a cramp, I know it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Massage your leg, pull your toes back towards your shin, and that'll help to lengthen out that muscle. There's all kinds of reasons why cramps happen. You don't have to narrow it down to one. You can just move on. Okay, a couple more times, just warming up our leg, warming up your ankle a little bit. Okay, and then bring your left foot back so that your toes are lined up again. This time you're gonna come up onto the ball of your right foot and then set your heel back down. You're just gonna do that a few times. So again, we're just kind of working with our ankles here to begin with, just warming up our legs in a very modest way. Modestly challenging. Okay, and do that same thing on the left side. Again, just trying to sit up tall as you do this. You might close your eyes. Okay, and let your left heel come down. Hold on to the sides of your chair. Step your right foot out to the right. Bring your right hand to your right knee. And then turn your chest to face forward again. Reach your left arm up. Inhale, stretch up. And then exhale, side bend to the right. And you can let your right hand come down, maybe even to the floor, or put your right elbow on your right thigh and just stretch. Breathe here. So now you're lengthening the muscles of your lower back back on that left side. Some of the muscles of your ribs. Good, take another deep inhale and exhale. Really push into the elbow that's supporting you instead of collapsing. And reach up and over to come out. Step your right foot forward. Feet are hip distance apart. Toes are in line. And now step your left foot out to the left. Okay, so you're creating like a right angle as you do this. And then turn your chest to face forward. Reach your right arm up. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, side bend to the left. You can bring maybe your hand to the floor. If you've got some blocks, you can put it underneath your hand, or elbow to thigh is perfect. You're gonna press your elbow down as you stretch. Breathe. And take another long, slow breath into that right side of your lower back. Reach up and over to come out. Take your left foot out in front of you. Straighten both your legs again, or for the first time really. Pull your toes back towards your shins. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. And then exhale, start to fold forward. As you do, bring your hands down. You might hold on to your chair as you stretch your hamstrings, or maybe put your hands on your shins, but don't push on your knees. Inhale here, lengthen your spine, lift your chest, and then exhale, bend your elbows out to the side as you fold. We're going to do that a few times. Inhale, lift up, look forward. Exhale, fold. You could also do this with your knees bent if straight legs is too much. Inhale, lift halfway, or lift up. Exhale, fold. One way is not necessarily better than the other, except for the one that you can do more easily and do it better. That's the one you should do. Exhale, fold one more time. A little wave here with your spine. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, fold. We're going to just stay here in the forward bend. Breathing. If you can touch the floor, you can put your hands on the floor, or like I said, bent knees, whatever way that you can make this work for you. If you're bending your knees because it's easier, but now you can't fold as deeply, take your legs further apart, make space for your belly and chest. Great, and then start to come up. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the leg out to the side position. So step your right foot out to the side. Okay, and now turn your chest to the right. Bring your right hand to the back of your chair, and then bring your left hand to your right outer thigh. Push your thigh and your hand together. Look over your right shoulder and breathe. So try to sit up tall. Remember, you're not sitting all the way back at the back of your chair. You're more toward the front of your chair. Take another inhale and exhale here, breathing through your nose if you can. Turn to face forward and bring your right foot back. Step your left leg out to the left. And nice and slow here, turn your chest to the left, bring your left hand to the back of the chair, bring your right hand to the outside of your left thigh, and then push your thigh into your hand and pull with your hand, creating like a little bit of resistance there for yourself. Now turn more, look over your left shoulder. Make sure your left shoulder is not hiking up toward the side of your cheek or your chin. And keep that down as you look over your shoulder, breathe. And one more deep breath. Okay, start to turn forward, bring your left foot in. So take your feet out wide, both at the same time. And I'm gonna grab my blocks here. If you have blocks, or even if you have like books or something that you could stack up, you're gonna put them out wide and bring your feet onto them. If you don't have blocks, it's totally fine. If you don't have something to put your feet on, it's gonna be fine. Raising your feet, elevating your feet is just gonna give you a feeling of having this be a little bit more like a squat, because that's sort of the idea that we're having here is like squat pose. But take your hands just above your knees on your thighs, and then you're gonna sort of bring your right hand a little bit to the inside of your right thigh and push your thigh away from you as you turn, to the left and breathe. And again, try not, you are leaning forward a little bit, but not all the way forward. Actually, it feels pretty good. Maybe you should lean all the way forward. Somewhere in there that you can start to feel the stretch in your lower back and inner thigh. Breathe. Remember, you're sitting at the front of your chair, so pretty much on that front edge of the chair. Okay, take another deep inhale and exhale. And then unwind yourself for a second at center. Just take a breath. And then bring your hand to the inside of your left thigh, left hand, and just kind of push that leg away from you as you turn to the right, maybe leaning forward a little bit or a lot, just sort of seeing where you're feeling the most sensation that feels good. And then stay there and breathe. Final breath here. Nice, slow, deep inhales and exhales throughout the class. When you hold your breath or you lose it, you just keep coming back. Don't punish yourself, it's fine. Don't be mad about it. Okay, back to center we go. If your feet are on something, you're gonna take them off. All right, so you're gonna lean back just a little bit so that you can lift your right knee up, grab your right ankle and cross it over your left knee. Now this is a fairly deep stretch for your outer hip on the right side. So if you're already feeling that a lot here, you don't have to go any further. You can just sit here and breathe. You might close your eyes. Otherwise, take a deep inhale and exhale, start to lean forward over your legs. So this is going to increase the stretch most likely, okay? And if you, for some reason, feel the stretch now go mostly into your knee, go ahead and sit back up and just do the stretch from an upright position, okay? Wherever you are, be there, be happy with where you are, at least satisfied or accept it, I guess I should say, and stay and breathe. You might let your head hang as you're here, especially if you've got some tightness in your shoulders and neck. Relax your shoulders, relax the side of your neck as you breathe. Take another deep breath. As you inhale, lift your head. Exhale, sit all the way up. And once again, just pause, take a breath. And then let's switch sides. Same thing, you might have to lean back a little bit to get your leg up higher, and then use your hands, bring your left ankle on top of your right knee. Just like before, notice things, like even at this point, notice, like, is it in my knee, is it in my hip, like what's going on? If you're already starting to feel it in your knee, you're definitely not gonna wanna lean forward here. If it's already a huge stretch, then you're already where you need to be. Sit up tall, take a deep inhale and either stay and breathe, or exhale and fold forward a little bit and breathe. And if you're folding forward, you might be able to let your head hang. But try to stay tuned into what's happening now. What's going on with your body as you do these positions. And instead of thinking negative thoughts about your body, just be interested in it. Another deep breath. And on your next inhale, lift your head. Exhale, sit all the way up and pause. Take a breath, maybe close your eyes. Bring your left foot to the floor, feet hip distance apart. Let's do another seated twist pose. This one's just a little bit easier, kind of. You're gonna turn your chest to the right and place your left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Place your right hand on the chair behind you, on the back of the chair, and then push down and to the right. Bring your elbow behind you, that's behind you, down. And then look over your right shoulder and breathe. If you feel like you can stretch more, you might be able to bring both hands to the back of the chair, but that's not necessary. One hand is good enough. Nice, strong and slow breathing. Take another breath there. Unwind yourself and pause in the seated position. And the next time you exhale, go into the twist on the left. And try to keep your shoulders away from your cheeks. If you tend to squeeze your shoulders up when you get tense or stressed, just notice that and just relax them. You don't have to shove them down or anything like that. Just relax, look over your right shoulder. Some of us just carry, left shoulder. Some of us just carry our shoulders higher than others. You're not necessarily doing something wrong if you just tend to be a person who does that, but it can be interesting to notice it and see if it's a time when you can actually let your shoulders relax instead of needing them to be on high alert. And last breath here. Slowly unwind. Take a breath at center. Okay. Stand up. Take your chair to the top of your mat. Turn it so the back of it is facing you. Hold on to the back of your chair and walk backwards so that your upper body is stretched out. You're creating sort of like the shape of an L with your body. You're going to lift your butt up behind you, bend your knees a little bit or a lot. Take your feet out really as wide apart as you need to create space for this forward bend. Now push your hands down into the chair and relax your chest toward the ground. Let your head come down. And then pull your lower ribs in, pull your chest up. Bring your head up between your upper arms. And then once again, let everything just sort of soggily fall down toward the floor. And then gather yourself up, gather your ribs, gather your chest, lift your head. Do that a few times as you breathe, keeping your sitting bones lifting, knees bent. You're just letting your chest go into a back bend and then sort of pulling yourself out of it, drawing the lower ribs in, engaging your core, and then relaxing. It's impossible to not have a core, even if you don't have ripped six-pack abs. We all have abdominal muscles or else we would collapse. Okay, so yes, some people abdominal muscles are visible, but that doesn't mean that you don't have them if they're not visible. Okay, I really would like to change people's thinking about that. Know that your tummy muscles are working and they're there, and we can access them if we try. We'll do that one more time. Really gather your low ribs in, pick your belly button up, pick your head up. This time, keep lifting as you walk forward. Once you get close to your chair, stand up tall, close your eyes, feel your weight in your feet. Keep holding in the chair for balance. Try to balance out your weight in your feet, so you're not leaning all into your heels or all toward your toes. And then once you have that, lift your toes up and spread them out and then place them back on the floor. This should activate the arches of your feet quite a bit. The arches of your feet play an important role in keeping you balanced. Also, your toes gripping on the ground is really good for helping you balance. Walking around without shoes is going to be good. And I know for some of us, we have really achy feet and it can be pretty painful. So take care of your feet, give them love, go barefoot even though it hurts. Just work up to longer and longer times. Your feet will get stronger. Now that you feel your weight balanced in your feet, keep your eyes closed and maybe take one hand or both hands off the chair and just stand up tall and just feel how that changes things. And open your eyes. You can bring your chair back to the way it was. Sit down. This time, do sit all the way toward the back of your chair. If you're really short like me, you might bring those blocks back and put them underneath your feet so your feet are actually on the floor. I know that probably seems ridiculous to taller people, but good. And then flip your palms so that they're facing up and close your eyes. Feel your feet on the ground or on the blocks. Feel your seat underneath you. Feel your spine resting on the back of the chair. Feel your body in the room. Feel yourself in your body. Connecting with your deep breath here. Take another long, slow inhale and exhale. Now take an inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And open your eyes. I hope this class helps you feel a little bit more mobile in your spine, got you moving a little bit. I have some other chair yoga classes on here. They don't seem to be super popular. Not very many people have taken them. So if you're a person that would like to see more chair yoga classes, I like to teach them. They're fun, but there needs to be a need for them. So anyways, leave me a comment, let me know, like, subscribe, share my videos. If you'd like to donate to the cause that is the Heather Carpenter Yoga channel, please do so. You can do that through PayPal or Venmo, and that information is in the About section of this channel. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.